Whenever we're feeding the yard and watering the yard, we get things we don't want. Those bugs we can kill, those fungus we can control. But what about those darn weeds? How many of you like to go out there and pull weeds? I mean, I don't mind pulling a few here and there, but when you've got like 5 acres, the weeds are everywhere. We'll mow, we'll rake, we'll burn, but in the areas where we spend a lot of time, I actually like to use a pre-emergent. And that's where those granular, there's a yellow bag down here. Which side is it on? One of them says soil activator, one of them says pre-emergent. So the yellow with the red on it, that is your pre-emergent. Those are granules. And one bag will treat up to 5,000 square feet, depending on the time of year when you use it. We have certain weeds that like to grow when it's hot and certain weeds that like to grow when it's cool. Fortunately, the pre-emergent works for both. You just need to apply a little bit heavier depending on the time of year. So we've controlled a lot of the weeds, but you just don't always get them before they start to flower. And once a weed flowers, it's already dropped its seeds in the ground. And those seeds are just waiting for the perfect condition. What the pre-emergent does is it says, no, seeds are gonna go here. Seeds are not gonna sprout. Whether it's a wildflower seed, a grass seed, or a weed seed, the pre-emergent will stop it. So if you want to apply a pre-emergent this time of year, it's going to greatly reduce the weeds that you have in your yard. Some of those weeds are starting from seed. I would say the majority of them are what you call annual weeds, where they start every year from new seeds. And then you have some that are perennial weeds. Perennial weeds die down in the ground and then start again from what was left underneath the soil. If you have perennial weeds, the pre-emergent will not work. The pre-emergent will not work on the perennials that have been left over. They're not going to harm your lawn because the lawn is already there, it's already established. The plants in your landscape are already established. But what do you do about those weeds that are already established if the pre-emergent won't work? Do any of you have an idea? You can pull them out. You can mechanically chop them off, or you can kill them with a spray, a chemical spray. So what kind of chemical spray do you guys like to use? I'm waiting for one name. If somebody can say it. I heard it, Roundup. We don't sell Roundup here, we sell Cleanup here. Cleanup is glyphosate. Now glyphosate works great when temperatures are warm. But when the temperatures are cool, we're getting cool. I mean, I wake up in the morning and my hoses are frozen already out in Paulden. Here in Prescott, you're probably getting down into the 40s. When the temperatures get that cold overnight, glyphosate will not work. It's going to take a lot longer for it to do its job. So you need to shift gears, change arsenals to cool season weed killers. So I brought 2 different ones. If you are an organic person, Burnout. This will work. If it's cold, if it's hot, the only thing it won't kill is fake plants. It might bleach them out a bit. This is basically clove oil and citric acid. It is going to burn them. Don't put it in your eyes. You know, I probably would wear gloves. It's because it's acid. We're going to kill whatever we hit it with. This is a concentrate. We also have it ready to use. I do want to mention a little bit of something about spraying. If you're going to dilute a product and apply it as a spray, make sure you have a separate sprayer for your weed killers than you do for your insecticides and fungicides. We don't want any of this herbicide to get stuck, a residue inside that sprayer, and then transfer it to a plant that we like later because we forgot that we didn't use the same sprayer for both. I always mark mine. I take a piece of red duct tape and tape it around the basin, and I put red nail polish on the sprayer itself. So that way my husband can see, oh, it's got red, that's for weeds. If it's got black on it, then I can use it for anything else. Make sure you make that. I mean, sprayers are not that expensive. You can get a sprayer that's going to last you for years, one for weeds, one for other things, and you don't have to worry about harming your happy plants.